A fish pond is the most wonderful addition to any garden. Wildlife is encouraged. You will soon notice birds drinking from the water's edge, perhaps frogs, newts, different insects you never knew existed. Having a pond is visually aesthetic. It will become a focal point, a place to relax and unwind. But how do you go about setting up a pond? Well, here are a few steps you should follow. Location. Ideally, the location of the pond should get between 4 to 6 hours of sunlight per day. Ours was easy to decide, as it had to go into an existing border. Size. A minimum of 2 foot deep is recommended if small decorative fish are to be going in. The more volume of water that you have, the more stable the water parameters will be. Plan. Using a flexible liner, there is no restriction on the size or the shape. Use your imagination. Dig. Dig out your pond. Decide if you want to put plants on a shelf. If you do, you need to do this now. Try and keep opposite sides of the pond level. Underlay. Put sand on the bottom and on the sides. I use some old carpet and an old ton bag. This will help keep sharp rocks or pieces of glass from puncturing the liner. Liner. Lay the liner over the hole. Put the hose in and start to fill. You'll need to adjust and position the liner as the water level rises. I got in without my shoes to pleat the liner so it was as neat as possible. Filter and pump. You need to maintain a healthy environment. A filter and a pump are a must. There are many to choose from. I opted for a pressurised external filter with a UV bulb built in. Buy a filter that can easily do 150% of your pond's volume. Landscape. Once the liner, pump and filter are in, you can now landscape the outside of the pond. I changed mine several times throughout the first year. If you want a waterfall, you can either use the outlet from the filter, or alternatively, you can buy a small pump solely for this purpose. Adding fish. You must add fish slowly. 2 to 3 to start with. Don't rush and fill up your pond. Stock over several months. This gives your filter time to cycle and to build up the good denitrifying bacteria in the filter. I was lucky. I already had a filter running in a temporary tub with my turtles and some fish. So I seeded the new filter with the old filter media. Sit back. Now it's time to reap those rewards. Ponds do not have to be huge to make an impact. Take enjoyment from knowing that you have created a miniature world, one that is friendly to wildlife. You now have a long life hobby. They are, of course, educational. Teach your child, your grandchild about nature. After all, nature is everyone's responsibility.